Good evening, y'all. This is James King from the High Desert Phoenix. Season starting in 2 weeks. Today here we're gonna do chicken leg quarters on my smoker outside. We're gonna start off though with starting our chips off. So I use a little bit of cherry chips and some Bud Light Lime, and soak them for about 2 hours before we start everything else. So I'm gonna start that off. Put a little cherry chips in. Use as much as you guys want. This is gonna be chicken leg quarters, so put a good amount of smoke on there. Some cherry. Take a beer. Put that straight on there. That's gonna give it nice smoke. It's gonna be nice and soaked. So do that. Let's take a little beer down. And I'm gonna show you guys what's going on outside. Let's see, you got chips all over the place, but I just want to show you guys a little something else. So here's the chicken leg quarters. Got them in their bag right there. See how nice and seasoned up. So the reason why I did that is because we're trying to get the moisture to the chicken leg quarters. So I put the moisture in it by using a little bit of vegetable oil, some apple cider vinegar, some different types of seasonings so that you can, some of these seasonings, and this is going to make an Italian dressing. So that's going to make an Italian, and that's what I want as a seasoning. You can use whatever type of marinade you want to use, but I want to use an Italian dressing, so I made it from scratch. And we're ready to go. Getting ready. So I want to show you what's going on outside. It's looking nice. So good Saturday. Hot outside though. My AV people know what I'm talking about. Oh, this is what was going on outside. I'm just starting up, with a little bit of wood chunks. This is hickory mesquite. You can buy that at the store, Smart and Final, for only $17. I know it's scorching out here. 2 hours before I cook, I've got my briquettes ready to go. And we're gonna get to cooking this pretty soon. Like I said, 2 hours. Wood chips should be done, and chicken should be ready to go on. I'm gonna start in about an hour, the fire. So see you guys then. Okay, so it's time to go get this fire started. So we're about to go get it started right now. I'm gonna meet you guys outside. Okay, like I said before, we have our lump charcoal all ready to go. Everything's good there. We have our briquettes ready to get fired up. I'm gonna fire those up right now, so we'll continue off of it. You can see right here, I put a little piece of paper with a wax cube. That's when they give it a nice burn there. Alright, so you can see the flame coming off this. It's very hard to see, but there is a flame. That's how it goes there. So start that up. Put that right on top of that. That's gonna start it up. Alright, we'll be back in about an hour, or probably 45 minutes to throw this on and get the chicken on and ready to go. Okay, so I'm back, and right now we're going to take the leg quarters out of their seasoning and their marinade so that they can now rest just by themselves before I put them on. So I have my Piece right here. Okay, so I'm gonna take these out, let them rest. Just with the seasoning, the drippings that they have on, all that oil and vinegar on there, so it gets a good flavor. It's already done its thing. It's been there for 6 to 8 hours. In between that time is good. I usually like to go the full 8. Okay, so let's get that out of there. Okay. Show you. It's nice. Just the liquid right here. We're going to actually save that, and I'm going to use this to season them throughout the whole thing. At the end, I'll put on a barbecue sauce. That looks good, you know, like nice. Seasoned, it's all the way throughout the whole thing, so you're getting flavor through the whole bite. Nice. Another piece. Last piece right here. You don't want the bay leaves on there as it goes into the pit. It should just be just a straight piece of meat and its seasoning. No bay leaves. Alright, there it is right there. We're gonna let that hang out for about 20 minutes. I'm about to throw this on. Okay, so I'm back and I put the charcoals on and everything. So we're basically at the 275 range. It's kind of climbing right now. Going to about 300. And looks like it's sticking steady there at 300 there. So that's what we want, is to stick steady at 300 smoking. So we're gonna stay there, you know, brown the skin. So we'll go get the meat and start that up in a second. Okay, so it's time to start putting the chips on there and getting the meat on and getting everything smoking and ready to go. So we're gonna start that right now. So I have the wood chips that have been soaking for 2 hours. Nice and soft now, literally. So we just want a handful. As you can see right there, that's a good handful. We're going to the grill, going to the fire. Let's see what's going on. Just gonna. Fire, a little blaze on there. That's just flavoring the heat, you know. This is already flavored throughout. And it's just a little cherry wood, a little beer on there. Nice little beer content in there so that the chips can smoke. Okay. To make a nice smoke, as you can see right now, it's starting to smoke up. That's what we want. Gives it a nice flavor. It's like a sweet flavor, sweet smell. Good stuff. So we're about to start putting the meat on. As you can see, it's starting to fire up. Push that over. Get my glove, my mitt on, so it won't burn me or anything. Just letting that get right. You can close it. Check temperature again, staying steady at 300. So we're ready to go. So I'm gonna take my mitt off real fast. Let's get ready to start grilling and chilling. My good friends said that. Getting the meat ready. Let's go ahead and throw it on here. So we're ready to go. We want to go indirect to the heat. We want to keep it on the side that's not fired up to try to get a smoke flavor. Hot and windy. Alright, so it's really starting to smoke up here. If you kind of can see right here, they're right on there. Everything's starting to smoke up. Starting to get a nice little flavor in there. Now, I'm going to go on and close it up. So I'm going to drop the temperature a little bit because, of course, once you start putting the meat on, the temperature drops. But we're going to stay steady at 300 for about 2 hours to cook these. After the first hour, I'm going to come back and we're going to check them and obviously flip them, you know. We're going to have our marinade about to be going around that time. So it's going to be good. Stay tuned. Okay, it's about time to flip these leg quarters, and it's smelling good. You can see them. They have some nice browning to them. That's exactly what you want. Now, this skin right here is extremely rubbery, so you do not want that though. So we're going to actually flip these, but when we're going to flip them, as you can see that they're dripping down there, you know, all that liquid's coming out. These are about good to go. The internal temperature is good, probably about 150, 160 right now. But what we want is to put them on to this side, skin down, so that we brown the skin and make it almost about done, and so that we can bite through it, and that'll be very chewy and very good. So they're looking good though. I like what they look like. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take my utensil and okay, so this one's been in the front, so we're gonna just gonna flip it over. Yeah. Keep it on there, just like that. We're gonna put these ones actually on top of the heat. They've been smoking also, but farther back. So we're gonna put them right on top of the heat. Okay. So as you can see. Nice. And the last one. These are cooking. Just nice and cooked. actually an hour and 30 minutes within the cook, and we're still looking good. 30 more minutes. We're gonna start putting the glaze on. Glaze at about 3 minutes each side, and then it's done. Dry rub, wet rub on. It's gonna be very tasty. You can see how they're cooking. They're jumping right now, letting all that juice out. When that skin get good, I'm gonna close that up. You can see it's staying constant, as we've been saying. Looks good. Okay, you guys, so this is the wet rub that we're doing here. Like I said before, we put the marinade in. I put a little barbecue sauce in there already. Okay, this is barbecue sauce that we're using. Sweet and Smoky, Kansas City. Okay. So basically we're just gonna start this up so that it cooks the raw stuff off. You want to keep that about medium. That's why I'm keeping it there. Once this cooks up, we're going to put the regular barbecue sauce in there. And it should only cook for about 3 to 4 minutes, stirring about occasionally. We're trying to make that sweet and smoky barbecue flavor. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes.